coach and a great leader, Jay Nysonger. Tonight, we rededicate the field where a generation of young men who love football became champions. Tonight, the Spartans will play on Nysonger Field. Jay coached at Valley View from 1984 to 2011. His teams won 11 Southwestern Buckeye League titles, made 16 state playoff appearances, advanced to 7 state semifinals, and won championships in 94, 96, and 97. Coach is a member of the Valley View Hall of Fame, Miami Valley Football Coaches Hall of Fame, and was inducted into the Ohio High School Football Coaches Hall of Fame in 2016. You see, tonight we have a sign for Jay to commemorate this event, presented by Board of Education President and Valley View football alum, Elliott Boyd. Now, next year we hope to have a larger presentation where all of Valley View can come and honor Coach Nysonger. Jay and his teams put us on the map, and so many of us remember fondly the spirit of community pride and unity we felt during these years. Let's keep the Spartan spirit alive every time we gather at Nysonger Field. Thanks, Coach.
You can access MVCC from your Roku. Looking at the home page, select the Add Channels option. This will take you to the Roku channel store where you can find the Search Channel option on the left side of the screen. Enter in the word Screenweave and the Cablecast icon will pop up. This is a free channel, and it is where you will find different PEG access programming, including MVCCs. Once you add the channel, you can find it on your home screen with all of your other favorites. Inside Screenweave, you will find the Miami Valley Communications Council, among other access channels. Browse through pre-recorded council meetings or check out what is happening in any of our 4 MVCC channel streams.
All right, we just had the coin toss. Valley View did win that toss, but they have deferred to the second half. So Milton has chose to receive. The Valley View will defend the north end zone. All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to Nysonger Field. Especially welcome our guests from Milton. Seems like you were just here a couple weeks ago, but welcome back. Restroom facilities are located in the large white building down in the south end zone. We do have a concession. It's only up here on the home side, the south end of the home bleachers, and it's run by the Germantown Lions Club. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this year our season depends on the cooperation and support from everyone to follow the safety guidelines set forth by the Ohio Department of Health, the Governor's Office, and the OHSAA. We have seen the opportunity to play sports can be taken away by the spread of COVID-19. We ask that everyone in attendance wear a facial covering, use proper hygiene, keep yourself and your family 6 feet apart from other families. Our ability to follow these guidelines will go a long way in determining how much of a postseason now our student athletes can have. We have already had several teams have to forfeit their postseason games. I believe Preble Shawnee, I was told, just had 2 this weekend. So please follow our guidelines and help us continue to play our playoff run for one of these teams.
And run, and we couldn't stop them. they had some big boys, we didn't. It was just.
Not throw that. I didn't throw it. For the love of all that's great.
I told him to go to the bathroom. He was like, I don't know.
What time do you want to go live, Mike?
Well, we are already live, so really there's no TV time to worry about.
Sure. I was going to say, will there be any sponsor times?
I will put up PSA during like every quarter.
Quarters, okay. Yeah, just I've been down. Just let me know.
You can I guess I'd like to use the PSA where possible. So if there's an injury,
Okay.
we can do that, and like after quarters,
That's cool. How long does the PSA last?
less than a minute, just a little under.
Okay. So 6:55 live?
We're already.
Oh, those mics are already live?
They're turned down.
So you'll turn those up at
Turn
6:55.
those up. Well, once you get settled, just hop out to me, and once you're both on, we'll turn them up. Okay.
Board of Education, Superintendent, Principal, and Athletic Department of Valley View High School extend to each of you a cordial welcome. We are pleased that you are here tonight. Valley View High School and Milton Union High School are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with member schools. The athletes in this game are friendly rivals, while play may be fierce. All in attendance tonight are reminded that this is a game between youngsters and that sporting behavior is expected. The officials assigned to this game have been selected according to procedures adopted by the OHSAA, and they are referees Mike Jennings, umpire Kevin Jennings, linesman Bo Tussey, line judge Bill Orsborn, and the back judge Matt Jennings.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Valley View High School Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mike Burns, Amanda Newton, and Megan McCarnes. The 2020 Spartan Marching Band is led onto the field by drum major Kirsten Holt. Please join the Spartan Marching Band as they play our school's alma mater, conducted by drum major Kirsten Holt. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to live in a country with many freedoms. Please stand and join the Spartan Marching Band under the direction of Mike Burns in our country's national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
You can access MVCC from your Roku. Looking at the home page, select the Add Channels option. This will take you to the Roku channel store where you can find the Search Channel option on the left side of the screen. Enter in the word Screenweave and the Cablecast icon will pop up. This is a free channel, and it is where you will find different PEG access programming, including MVCCs. Once you add the channel, you can find it on your home screen with all of your other favorites. Inside Screenweave, you will find the Miami Valley Communications Council, among other access channels. Browse through pre-recorded council meetings or check out what is happening in any of our 4 MVCC channel streams.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this beautiful Saturday night in Germantown, Ohio. Week 2 playoff matchup versus the home Valley View Spartans and the away Milton Union Bulldogs. We are coming to you live from newly renamed Nysonger Field. My name's Aaron Faude, and I will have the pleasure of being joined in the booth tonight by Hall of Fame legendary Valley View coach Jay Nysonger. Coach Nysonger coached at Valley View from 1984 to 2011. He led the Spartans to a record of 243 wins to only 78 losses and 1 tie. His Valley View teams won 11 SWBL titles, made the playoffs 16 times, including 12 straight in the late 90s and early 2000s. He advanced to the state semifinals 7 times and won 3 state championships in 1994, 1996, and 1997. Again, congratulations to Coach Nysonger on this amazing honor of having the field that he helped create named after him. Good evening, Coach, and welcome.
Thank you, Aaron. It's my pleasure to be up here with everybody and enjoying the evening. And what an honor and a blessing. I'm just glad it's not Memorial Stadium. I guess that would mean that I'd be pushing up some flowers right now. So I'm glad I got to enjoy this moment and everything. And I know that there's going to be some things maybe next fall to recommemorate this moment and everything. But definitely guys like you and that 94 team, and before that the 90, 91, 92 team, you know, they set the table for you guys. But you know, I still remember you know, all the work that you guys put in and what a team we had, you know, with you at slot, Trevin Sears at quarterback, and Timmy Bush, all you guys, Joe McKinney, and our defense led by the Sears and Butch Stidham and all that, and we put this place on the map because of you guys. So I appreciate everything that you've done, and I appreciate what you're doing right now, helping the future Spartans. I know your son's an outstanding player, and I know Trevin's boy is a quarterback, and our center Ryan Hodson has a son, and you guys are continuing the winning tradition that I think that we helped start back a long, long time ago.
Well, Coach, I think I speak on behalf of all your former players. It was an absolute honor to play for you. We had the time of our lives. We learned a lot. We kicked some butt along the way, but we had some amazing memories, and gosh, we grew up with you. You're a second father to so many of us, and I'm proud to have my son and future generations of Spartans be able to play on Nysonger Field. So, and this will be the first game played. So, little note for the history books tonight.
Right. It would happen to be against Milton Union. Milton Union was one of the original members of the SWBL, and next year they're not going to be in it with all the transition that some of these conferences are having and everything. But I can go back so far when I played linebacker at Greenville, Milton Union was a big rival for us, and again, one of the original members of the SWBL, them in Oakwood and Brookville and Tip City were the smaller schools, but a lot of people don't realize or don't remember, Trotwood was in there, Northmont, West Carrollton. So Vandalia Butler. So, the SWBL has really transitioned. And then, when we split the league up back in the 90s, one of the reasons we split it up, because basically a lot of people got tired of just playing us all the time. So and one of the reasons the split was because some of the smaller schools didn't really have an opportunity to get in the playoffs. But with all the COVID stuff going on, and the format this year for everybody is kind of messed up. But again, a playoff game, there's nothing like a playoff game anywhere in the state of Ohio.
We've got Caden Phillips to kick off for Valley View. It's going to be out of bounds about the 8-yard line, which will draw a penalty flag. This is a rematch of a Week 5 regular season game where Valley View was able to handle Milton Union. I think it was 57-14. Milton Union does have some explosive players. Valley View really outperformed on the offensive, defensive, and special team side, and I know Milton Union's looking to settle the score tonight, and Valley View's kind of looking to leave off where the last game ended. So
it's good. I hope that they, it's always tough playing the same opponent twice. If we go back, you remember back in around 2003, we lost to Bellbrook in the league championship. Then we had to go over and beat them up in the playoff game. So that was kind of exciting.
Yeah. Milton Union's got number 1 Justin Randall under center, and they're going to start off with a penalty. Delay of game, which is a unique way to start off the game. If you're Valley View, that couldn't draw it up any better, I guess. So this is Milton Union's second playoff game. They did have a victory last week while Valley View was off with a bye. Again, you've got Randall under center. Number 8's the setback, Broomball. Pitch out to the right to Broomball. And he's going to be met by a host of Spartans for about a 2-yard loss.
It was excellent pursuit with everything. The defensive line stepped up in there. The edge got held up and everything. Enough pursuit come up and just stuffed that thing right back where it belonged.
Loss of the yard.
Yeah, excellent swarm of defensive tacklers by Valley View. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 16 for Milton Union on their own 29-yard line. Coming out in a tight slot set with the receiver to the top of the screen. Randall's back to pass. He's going to scramble up the middle, and he's going to be met by a couple Spartans down about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, pretty decent coverage.
Justin
They had
Randall.
4 guys out in the route and really didn't have
Scramble to the ball, cross 35
anybody
up
to
about
throw
the
to.
37-yard
Good
line.
scramble on the quarterback's
Tackle
part.
by number
Yeah, I think
53.
give the quarterback credit for Milton Union. Everything was covered down there. He did manage to pick up about 7 yards, and this will bring up 3rd and 9 for Milton Union. Randall under center in that same tight slot formation. Roll out pass to the right. There's a pass downfield, and that was almost intercepted, but
Pretty dangerous there. They should have probably ate that thing so they can punt it.
good coverage by Valley View on the rollout pass, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and we might see the first punt of the game. And this was an area that Valley View really had its way with Milton Union last time, with 2 punt returns for a touchdown and a 3rd that was called back from a penalty. And got senior Logan Tays back to return, along with senior Billy Caruth.
Oh, it doesn't look like things are any better for him. They got a piece of it, I believe.
Wow. So a unique play with a fumbled snap. Punter did a really good job for Milton Union to corral it and get the kickoff, and ended up making something out of nothing. So,
Right. Well, we're at midfield. All we need is a first down to get into 4-down territory. So let's see what we got.
yeah, Valley View will take the field at their own 49-yard line, led by senior quarterback Ben Owens. They will have Lucas Lynch back in the lineup tonight, number 31, playing at the left slot. It's good to have him back, and Lucas will be in motion. And you'll see Valley View do this a lot, where they'll go in short motion, kind of read to see if the defense adjusts, then call a play.
Kind of interesting way this corner is playing Coulter out here. You get a fade route right now if he wants it.
And Owens up the middle, good hard run, 8-yard gain on first down. And Coach, you're going to see that quite a bit as they run that little quarterback, tailback read between Owens and Clark.
Run a lot of midline, it looks like, some of the stuff that we used to do. You know, really the offense hadn't changed a whole lot, except I think we did a little bit more shooting than what they're doing right now.
Well, Valley View does come in with Ben Owens leading the SWL in passing. And here he is back to pass right now, looking deep up the sideline to Caruth. And good coverage out there.
That Spartan pass will fall incomplete.
And that's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, just a fade and the out combination on both sides.
Well, Caruth did have a good game with 2 touchdowns last time they matched up with Milton Union, and probably liked the matchup they saw out there. And sometimes when it's second and short, that's the time to kind of go deep, knowing that you're in 4-down territory to pick up those other 2 yards.
I'd say probably midline here again. There it is. And he keeps and picked up a first down.
Ben Owens keeps the ball inside the 40.
Ben Owens leads Valley View in rushing attempts and rushing yards. Played receiver last year opposite of Troy Coulter, who's Valley View's leading receiver this year again, and he'll line up down here at the bottom, number 18. Also, you'll find Valley View have number 8 Liam Musgrove in the right slot, and sophomore Jacob Clark in the backfield. Owens back to pass, a little swing pass out to Clark to the right. He's got a little bit of room. He's down to the 30, and he'll be tackled out of bounds around the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for a Spartan first down and a nice little swing pass gain on first down for the Spartans.
Yeah, I'm glad he got that completed and everything, because if he dropped it and everything, the way the thing came out, it could have been a lateral.
And maybe you'll see it on TV, but you'll see the orange markers from the referees this year with COVID restrictions. The center will take the ball into the huddle and bring it up, which just looks a little unique. Musgrove in motion, a little counter play to Lucas Lynch, and he's broke a tackle, and he is still fighting for yards. He's down to the 8-yard line. There is a penalty flag on the play.
Tackle made by number 8, Blake Broomball. You got a flag.
Probably a hold in there.
Yeah, the original sign holding on Valley View, so that is going to take him back. But if you're Valley View, you really like to see Lucas back on the playing field. He missed the last, I think, 3 to 4 weeks with an injury, and he was leading the team in rushing before he went down, and they really like his his speed and his breakaway
Holding
capabilities.
on Valley View during the run.
So that is a
10-yard
spot
mark off
foul,
on the spot of the
and
foul,
we'll
brings
bring
the
up
ball
a
back
1st
out.
and 15 for Valley View
47-yard line.
on the Milton Union 27-yard line.
First
Yeah, I
and
really
14.
like the little scissors action and everything. That's been a staple of the offense for years. Although they've tweaked it out a little bit, it's more like an ISO because they'll have a lineman up there pulling quite a bit, where we used to trap it or just zone it and zone it back, and the back would pick the hole.
Musgrove in motion, quick screen out here to Coulter. He's got it. And he's got some room. He's down to the sideline and tackled around the 10-yard line. So a good little smoke screen pass on first down. And
down to the 9.
yeah, so Coulter's able to pick up the first down with a gain of
First down,
around
Valley View, just
18
inside
yards
10
on
around the
first
9,
down.
first and
So Valley View will have their first and goal of the night. And Coach, what would you draw up here?
Well, you know, get down in here. I like the triple and I like the midline. I like the tight formation where you can get some nice play action off of this.
Yeah,
Looks like they're
Lucas
going to
Lynch
run a
in motion.
little
Yep,
off
hand
tackle
off to
here.
Lucas Lynch. And he's going to follow blockers.
Lucas Lynch
Pick up
on
a
the
short
carry,
gain of
picks up a couple
2
yards.
Right.
down to the 7-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal from the
Missed a
7
contact
for
there by
Valley View.
Number 79.
My thing would be,
Jake Brown.
you know, when we used to get in this form down at that low,
Second and goal.
inside the
Ball
yard
down
line
7.
there like that, we would get in our heavy set. I don't think that they have got any of that this year from what I've seen. I like to keep them spread out like they are right now, which gives you some matchups. I could see him going to the field on this.
Yeah, Lynch in motion. You've got
And
Ben
they
Owens
go,
on the
they
left. Pitch out to
run
Clark
the
on the
pitch
left.
to
He's
the
got some
field.
room. Heading to the
got
pylon.
the corner.
Touchdown. Valley View. Jacob Clark on the touchdown carry of 7 yards.
Touchdown here, we got a penalty marker.
There is a penalty marker on the far side right about the line of scrimmage. So we'll see if this is
Might
going
be
to
a hold
stand.
again.
Yeah, no early indication on the penalty right now, but it was thrown by the line judge on the far side.
Probably a hold on the wide out.
It looks like they are bringing Valley View back.
Put a block in the back.
So
on the
block in the
offense.
back on
Okay.
Valley View. So that's going to negate the 7-yard touchdown and push them back to the 12.
All right.
So second
that
and goal and
situation,
from
you
the
know,
12.
If he's not going to stock block, it's just better to run him off, just run him to the pylon, because if he turns his back, he has no idea he's got to take the pitch.
And the way these Milton Union cornerbacks are playing, they are preoccupied with the receivers. Almost some of them look like
Absolutely.
they've got their back to the ball, which is, again, a unique way to play. Yeah, you can see down here at the bottom, number 8 has his back completely turned to the ball. So you got Owens back to pass.
That's a choice route.
He's scrambling. Everything's broke down. He's going to throw to the end zone, and that's going to be intercepted. Looks like number
That is an
19,
interception.
Cooper Brown for the Milton Union Bulldogs on an interception in the end zone.
Number 19, Colt Brown.
Yeah,
So-
that was kind of ill-advised there. That's a situation where,
Intercepted that ball in the end
I know
zone.
Ben's a senior and
Touchback
everything, but,
for Milton.
first-year
First and
quarterback,
10.
that's where you just throw it up in the stands and live to go another day and everything, instead of trying to force things.
Yeah, and if you're Milton Union, the ideal way to stop that drive is Valley View had all the momentum, really marching the ball down the field.
Did a
And
nice
yeah,
job of coverage.
so Valley View is going to be on defense, see if they can get a stop here on the quick change. Milton Union comes out. Randall under center. Quick handoff up the middle.
Little trap play.
It's like about 5 yards.
Blake Newmeyer on a carry up the middle, tackled by Gavin.
So that was
Drew.
number 43, Blake Niemeyer, and he is
second and
the
5.
Milton Union Bulldog leading rusher on the year. And if they can get Niemeyer going, they could give Valley View some trouble on the ground this evening. So they're going to come out in that tight formation. Randall with, again, a quick
A little
handoff up the
belly
middle.
play.
Yep.
Blake Newmeyer again.
And about 6 yards for the first down for the Milton Union Bulldogs. So they're
First down. Milton.
back-to-back handoffs to Niemeyer
Ball
right
rate
up the middle,
32.
and maybe they've found something that they're trying to exploit in the Valley View defense.
They got good size up front. Maybe they just think we can, not be able to stop the power I look, their traditional wing T look here.
Yep,
They
room
take
ball
the
motion
jet
and-
and they run the ISO to the weak side.
Blake Newmeyer.
Yeah, Niemeyer on his third consecutive carry, and this one's going to be good for 7 yards out to the Milton Union 40-yard line. So again, Coach, they're just
Yep,
quick hitters up the middle and
Right.
kind of having their way with
Well,
the Valley View interior defense
that
right
ISO
now.
weak is a really tough play. It's a staple of the wing T where you just turn out on the defensive end and lead up through and stick it to the fullback. That's always a play that's been hard for us to stop many years ago. If you can go back to when we played Margaretta back in the day.
So Milton Union comes out and in the tight slot formation, Broomball in motion.
Yeah, got
Quick jet sweep
motion.
to Broomball, and he is going to be tackled for a loss.
Good job setting the edge.
Good edge tackle by Troy Coulter, the senior outside linebacker.
No gain. Third down.
So, yep, it's going to end up being no gain or even a short loss for Broomball, and that'll bring up a third and 2 for Milton Union.
I'd come back to the ISO weak if I were them.
Yeah, I think if
Looks
you're
like
Valley
they're in
View,
the power eye again.
Yep. Randall under center. He's checking with his coach on the sideline. Quick play call at the line. It's going to be that quick handoff to Niemeyer up the middle.
Newmeyer on the carry.
He's going to be real close to a first down. Looks like
He's short.
looks like they're going to give him about 1.5 yards, and they needed 2. So fourth and about a half a yard to go.
Yep. Going to take a look at it. First down.
Actually, they've walked in and they're going to give him the first down. So again, 4 carries for Niemeyer real quick on this possession, and that's netted 2 first downs for the Milton Union Bulldogs. We've got a quick time on the field. I think they're just resetting the play clock. So again, yeah, Milton Union comes out in that power eye look. Randall under center. It's going to be a handoff to Broomball in the backfield, and yeah, he's going to be met by a
That's
host
how
of
you stop
Spartans.
the ISO. Just penetration, good reads, and stuff it right up.
Yeah, initial hit by junior Matthew Cotterman, and then a couple other Spartans helped clean him up. But yeah, I think that ISO to the tailback just took a little bit longer time, and Valley View was able to converge on that. I think, again, right now, Milton Union's really only had success with the quick hitter to Niemeyer. See if they go back to that. And it's a fake up the middle. And Randall's got the edge and a couple penalty markers in the backfield. It's usually indicative of a hold.
Randall keeps the ball. We got penalty markers behind the play.
Got a hold.
Yep, and that is a hold against Milton Union, so that's going to take them back 10 yards. That is a spot foul. So they'll repeat second
10
down.
yards from the spot.
Again, Milton Union hasn't really been the big play team against Valley View. Had most of the success just chunking 5 and 6 yards, so that penalty could really be a backbreaker for them on this drive, and we'll see if they've got some plays in their playbook that can chunk out 10 or 15 yards here. So it's
Yeah,
going
I'd be concerned about running a boot or a waggle here in this formation.
Yeah, Milton Union's got 2 receivers down to the bottom, and
then
Randall's going to
sprint
roll
pass.
Pass to Broomball in the flat, and he's immediately tackled by number 2, J.T. Ferguson.
Tackled by J.T. Ferguson.
And that's going to be good for 9 yards on second and 21, and that's kind of the play that Milton Union needed on second and long, which will bring up at least a third and manageable with 3rd and 11. Milton Union on their own 41-yard line, 3rd and 11. Again, coming out with that double receiver look to the top of the screen. Senior Randall Anderson, he's going to roll out to the right. Got a receiver fell down, and he's just going to, throw it, and it's tipped. And a couple penalty flags. It looked like he might have been
down, and then he got back up.
So we'll see what the penalty flags are. As Broomball originally fell on the route, got back up and was open, and then had the ball just bounce off his hands. Almost came down for an interception for Valley View. It did appear that he might have crossed the line of scrimmage before throwing the ball, but we're going to see. Do have a couple referees talking it over, as there were multiple penalty flags on this play. So you're going to have two penalties on the play. Looks like one was a personal foul, late hit for Valley View, and then illegal forward pass for Milton Union as the quarterback was across the line. Those are going to offset, and we're going to repeat 3rd and 11 here. So Valley View's gotten bit by the late hit bug and personal foul penalties this year, and you'd like to see that kind of come to an end around playoff time.
And there's tight trips here. Again, probably a sprint out.
And then Randall on the scramble to the right, and he's being pursued and breaks a tackle in the backfield, and then he's going to scramble for about 5 yards.
Just basically a flag out, and backside tight end stayed in.
Yeah, Valley View's had good coverage on his rollouts to their right, Valley View's left, and really Randall's just only been able to scramble for a couple yards. So again, you've got Taze and Caruth set to return for Valley View. And again, this has been a dangerous combination this year for Valley View special teams.
Penalty marker.
Yep, penalty flag. Looks like
procedure.
Yep, Milton Union left a little bit early, so they're going to back him up 5 yards.
On the offense, it'll mark it back 5 in a remaining 4th down.
So Milton Union has Blake Broomball back to punt, so you always got to be careful with him with a fake, but he is going to punt it away. Very returnable for Logan Taze. He's got it at the 25.
Wall set up.
They do have a wall right, and Logan Taze makes one cut and tripped up by number 20, Peyton Nichols. And
we just want 1 or 2 blocks away from that.
Yes,
outstanding wall set up. Good coverage by them, but again, excellent field position with the return.
Yeah, Valley View's going to take possession just on their side of the 50-yard line at their own 48, and 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in first quarter, and we have a 0-0 tie here tonight with round 2 of the playoffs from Nysonger Field in Germantown, Ohio. So Valley View's going to come out and trips left. Owens in the shotgun. Quick handoff up the middle to Clark, and he's got some room, and nice cut out to the outside, and he's down to the 25, and he's going to be upended by number 19, Cooper Brown. But again, a nice run by Jacob Clark, the sophomore.
Good blocking up front, nice zone technique with all the linemen. Back hit the hole, went out the front door on it.
Yeah, and Billy Caruth had a nice little downfield block from his wide out position to help spring Clark for another 10 to 15 yards, and Valley View's going to have first down just outside the red zone at the 22. I'd like to see
the choice route here. The safety read is wide open. Okay, a little quick screen.
Yep, little loop, rocky screen to Liam Musgrove.
He's down to the 15-yard line.
He's going to get about 7 or 8 yards down to the 15-yard line.
Tackle made by Tim Arnold.
And Coach, I think you've seen the Rocky Luther screens before, right?
Yeah, I think we put them in back in 1992 to you. You know what's nice off that is if you fake that and then run a vert with the outside or the inside guy, whoever is the receiver, and you fake it and then you run the wheel route. And with a sweep action. Excellent job pursuit by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good pursuit by Milton Union there to stop Clark for about a 2-yard loss. Will bring up 3rd and 5. And I think that was the staple of your offense, and it's kind of, trickled down to what we're seeing today. But there are so many plays off of other plays where the defense had a real tough time of if they stopped one, there was either a fake or a counter off that same play.
And we had so many screens to deal with. Looks like a tree formation here on the right. And they're looking at the choice route again.
Good out route pass to Billy Caruth. Good enough for a Valley View first down inside the 10-yard line. And Coach, you'll see that a lot. Valley View does a very good job with just some of those 8- and 10-yard outs.
Right. The choice route's a staple, of the run and shoot. So basically the single receiver side, he has a choice of an out. He can run a fade or he can run a post depending on what the corner is doing in his alignment.
I think I was told once upon a time if they're even, I'm leaving.
And if they're dropping, you're stopping.
If they're in, we're out.
And if they're right, you're left.
So a quick hitter up the middle for Valley View. It's going to put them 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, it's an easy concept for us to know the offense and everything. That we're over at Beaver Creek now, and they're just starting to realize that, hey, there's grass on that field. Let's go find it, throw the ball and complete it. Here's the scissors, and he's down. Looks like he's down about to the 1, maybe.
Yeah, good extra effort by Lucas Lynch there on the scissors play, because it looked like Milton Union had shot through and had a chance to get that stopped in the backfield.
Good hard run.
3rd and 1 here. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking probably the midline.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. So a little bit different than the last time. This is going to be a 0-0 tie, but you've got Valley View at the 1-yard line looking to put their first points on the board.
You can access MVCC from your Roku. Looking at the home page, select the Add Channels option. This will take you to the Roku channel store where you can find the Search Channel option on the left side of the screen. Enter in the word Screenweave and the Cablecast icon will pop up. This is a free channel, and it is where you will find different PEG access programming, including MVCCs. Once you add the channel, you can find it on your home screen with all of your other favorites. Inside Screenweave, you will find the Miami Valley Communications Council, among other access channels. Browse through pre-recorded council meetings or check out what is happening in any of our 4 MVCC channel streams.
So we are back, Nysonger Field, at the start of quarter number 2. Again, week 2 playoff game, Valley View Spartans in the Navy jerseys.
Yeah, they're tight here. I think the midline.
Lucas Lynch in motion. Quick handoff to Lucas Lynch, and he's going to cut back. Touchdown, Valley View.
Just in all tackle power, he cuts it up and makes a nice play. Good line blocking.
Yep, short motion for Lynch. Quick handoff, and he made a nice cut. Got behind his blockers. In for the first Valley View touchdown of the night. And again, if you're Lucas Lynch, it's got to feel real good to get in the end zone after sitting out for the past month and a half with injuries. And again, Valley View's real happy to have him back, especially for the playoffs. So Caden Phillips on for the extra point. Sophomore place kicker. Snap is up, holds down, and the kick is good. That'll bring us to our first score of the night. Valley View 7, Milton Union Bulldogs 0. Only 5 seconds ran off in the second quarter, so 11 minutes, 55 seconds remaining. And Caden Phillips will stay on and do the kickoff duties for the Spartans. And Coach, as you look out into the stadium, with all the COVID restrictions, it looks a little bit different.
Absolutely.
from playoff games that you're used to, and even regular season games you're used to coaching here.
Absolutely.
And hosting home playoff games is a little bit unique for me. I know when we played back in the 90s, it was always neutral site games for the playoffs, and not sure when they started the home games, but
I think a lot of it had to do with, they wanted to find fields that could handle the crowd and fields that weren't all torn up back in the day.
Yeah, now we're really transitioned. Most fields now have the artificial turf, have expanded.
Yeah.
As you know, once upon a time, our home field was on the opposite side, and fortunate enough to be able to rebuild the visitor side to a nice home side now, and Valley View is one of those locations that can host a good amount for a playoff game.
Well, they fumbled the kickoff.
So yeah, disaster for the Milton Union Bulldogs is they misplayed the kickoff and fell on it, and they're going to have it deep in their own territory.
It looks like it's going to be on their own 11.
So if you're Milton Union here, Coach,
I'd go back to the fullback again and run the belly or the quick trap play.
Yeah, they have Milton Union had success last series with just those quick hitters up the middle to Niemeyer. Haven't had much on the outside with the quarterback rollouts or to Broomball, but they are going to come out in this tight slot formation. Motion to the left, and there's that quick hitter up the middle, and he's broke free for a 15-yard gain, and again, that's Blake Niemeyer.
And the whole thing is you're not punting out of your own end zone. They got some field position on that play. Pick up a 14 yards.
Yeah, the junior tailback for the Bulldogs out to their 25-yard line, and it's exactly what you want if you're Milton Union on first down deep in their own territory.
They're back in the wing set.
So we've got a short pause in action here. Again, the referees are asking for the play clock or the game clock to be reset. And we are ready for action. But yeah, wing tee, long motion for Broomball. And
there goes the ISO weak again.
And Valley View was there to meet him that time.
Stuck it, nice job.
Looked like Braden Gibbs, sophomore, on the tackle for Valley View. Also on the play, Keith Kinner. But that's what Valley View needs to do if they're going to stop number 43 for Milton Union. They're going to have to hit him at the line of scrimmage and gang tackle.
And an offset eye.
Quick pitch out here to Broomball. He cuts back and a good hard run. 4 yards on 2nd and 10. Met by a host of Valley View Spartans.
Good job setting the edge. They have to watch they don't over pursue where that cutback could be something that maybe to look at later on.
Yeah, they're going to give them 5 yards on that, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for Milton Union at their own 30-yard line.
Let's see if they have a waggle in their offensive repertoire.
Randall under center. He's back to pass, and he's going to scramble again. Met by Coulter right at the first down mark, and he's going to spin for a Milton Union first down. And really, Coach, their passing game has been a little bit non-existent as Valley View's had some good coverage in the secondary, but you got to give Randall some credit on some of those scrambles. He's been able to make something out of nothing.
I'm really surprised though that they haven't tried to waggle or anything because their offense really can set that up. Looks like there's a little miscommunication. Now the receiver's going to go out wide, traditional wing tee set. And they run the belly weak again.
Yeah, Blake Niemeyer for another carry. Short gain of 2. Out to the Bulldog 39-yard line.
Yeah.
So bring up I'll give them 3. 2nd and 7 for Milton
This
Union.
is a situation where they've ran at enough. You think they would come off with some play action with that, maybe take the fullback to the flat and just run a little flood route out there like a flag out drag. So you got trips. And they're front, a little tight end screen to the right. Nothing there.
Yeah, they had Niemeyer out here, kind of snuck out of the backfield for the screen, and looks like Randall was just off target with his pass, and looked like they might have had something working out here, but throw was just a little offline, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Get a stop here, and we'll get some good field position.
Yeah, not quite sure the Bulldogs are in 4-down territory yet. I think if they get close, you might see them go for it on 4th down, but this is a big 3rd down play for the Bulldogs.
Looks like we're bringing a blitz. Ball's out.
And there's no official signal yet. Seeing if, yeah, there's a penalty flag. They're going to get him for intentional grounding. And yeah, you had 2 or 3 Spartans just break free, untouched. So yes, you are going to get the intentional grounding. Should be a spot foul and loss of down. So which would bring up 4th and long and force the Milton Union Bulldogs to punt.
Yeah, it's a good call by Coach Stidham and defensive guys bringing the heat. And it's hard to get rid of it when you got 5 guys in your face.
Grounding on the offense, it'll be a loss of down.
Yeah, and that's the challenge sometimes with the wing tee or just running up the middle is when you're in
teams that are traditional runners, running teams have a difficult time.
Yeah, and when you're in 3rd and long, it's really puts you in a passing down, and the defense can tee off. So.
And this kind of offense too, if you're behind the sticks and you get a lead, it's very hard to come back with that.
So you see Milton Union punt out of bounds. I think they've seen enough of Valley View's return game over the past 5 quarters, and they did the smart thing and punted that ball out of bounds. So again, Valley View is going to get good starting field position for their offense just outside the 50-yard line, and they've really had 2 possessions. Got down inside the 10-yard line on the first possession, and then
let's see what they do here, Aaron.
Do you dial up a?
You know what I'm dialing up?
Dial up something big right here, right?
We're going to go big. We're going to go deep. We'll probably run the switch route on the backside is what I do. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, we've got J.T. Ferguson down here at the bottom with Lucas Lynch.
And they've zeroed out in coverage, so they're full man. There
Owens
is
back
the
to
switch
pass.
route. Okay, he got pressure, but they had some things that could have been there.
Yeah, stepped
Watch
up
the
in
left
pocket.
slot. The left slot going out of the backfield like you used to do, and got the wheel route going up the sideline.
Yeah, and that's 43 Blake Niemeyer. We've called his name a lot on offense, and he was the one that got through there. And you haven't seen that too much this year for the Spartans. Ben Owen's been able to escape a lot of pressure, but just couldn't step up through that. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 15 from their own 39-yard line.
Needs a little bit more time.
Lynch in long motion. Owens back to pass. Got pressure again, steps up.
Scramble.
And he breaks the tackle, and he's actually free. He's down to the 40, 30, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Good job.
There is a penalty marker back at the 46-yard line.
It is. It's a hold.
And they are going to get Valley View with another hold. So Valley View's had a couple big plays wiped out for penalties.
You know, that situation where you're getting pressured like that, the old fullback screens, is something that we used to make a living on and everything. If you know you're going to get the pressure.
Ball back to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I know we talked about Rocky and Luther earlier, but I know as a former slot, when you see everybody rush and you just kind of wait out and get that ball floated right over the rusher's head, it's a real nice feeling when you catch it and look down and you've got blockers and not too many people to get in the way. So.
That's right. Especially when they're zeroed out in man coverage, they're bringing it. Same thing here.
So
all the DBs are within 5 yards of the ball. They got man. Okay, this is a quick route here. And
he's got Troy Coulter wide open. Gets the catch at the 30, the 20, 10-5, touchdown, Valley View.
Good job and a good call.
The 64-yard touchdown reception for the senior, Troy Coulter. Beautiful pass from senior Ben Owens. And Coach, that's kind of what you talked about. They were in man coverage and didn't have any safety help. And that's when you just ask your player to go and
Make
beat
a
their
play.
player.
Excellent throw, dropping that thing right down in the bucket for him. He didn't even have to break stride.
And Troy did the rest. He did a nice run after the catches. It looked like the Milton Union DB might have had a step or two to try to catch him, but
yes. Yeah, I'd hate to tell his dad, but his dad was real good for us back in the day, and his son's got a little bit more speed.
well, I know as a kid, I remember watching the Coulters and the Hensleys play, and I think that's the fun and unique thing about Valley View football is, we've been able to have some success over some years, but it starts real young, and Valley View Spartan football means something to this community, and it means something to the youth, and it means something to the moms and dads and grandparents, and again, can't be more proud of everything you've helped to accomplish with that regards.
I appreciate that. There's just a lot of trickle down, all the things that we used to do. You look at it right now, we don't have that many kids going both ways. Our special teams are excellent because we can take the time and put good kids on both sides of the ball with the kicking game, and offensively and defensively, both of them are really quick strike. They complement each other with what they do with the offense, and then the defense gets the ball back. Let's see how their coverage goes now.
Yep, Caden Phillips set to do the kickoff. Valley View 14, Milton Union 0, 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second quarter.
It's a good kick.
Be returned by Milton Union at their own 5-yard line. Breaks out to the right, and he breaks a tackle, and
that's okay.
Yeah, he's going to be out to about the 27-yard line.
Jacob Clark on the tackle.
So that was number 19, Cooper Brown.
Now this is a situation here. Let's see if Milton stays with their stuff or they get impatient and try to do some things that are really not in their genre.
And again, I think when you run either that wing tee or the power eye and just the power run, and when you get down by too many, it really gets you away from the offense that you're used to running.
You see right now, this is a running set. They're going to run the ball. There's a trap play, counter trap. Okay, good run, good hard run.
So yeah, that'll be 22. Karis Thwaites, junior running back, with his first carry of the night. Good hard run, like you said, off tackle to the right, able to get 7 yards on first down. Tackle made by senior Billy Caruth. But again, 7 minutes to go. You got plenty of time if you're Milton Union. If you can just keep chunking 4, 5, 6 yard gains,
run the clock.
That keeps Valley View's offense off the field, which has been able to move the ball at will, and it gets you within a score.
There's a belly play again.
Yeah, Niemeyer with the carry, chopped down by Austin Stidham, but not before he gets 4 yards for a Milton Union first down. So Milton Union's been able to get some first downs here in this first half, mostly through a couple of that belly run or those quick hitters to Niemeyer up the middle. Quarterback scrambled for a first down, and it's kind of the recipe that for the Bulldogs. When they've gotten away from that, they've had a little more challenges of moving the ball.
Look for the counter again to the tailback. Yep.
Little fake
dive option.
And Randall cuts it up. He's going to get another 5 yards.
5 yards. Yeah, we better have somebody on the quarterback, it looks like. Playing the pitch, need somebody down on the quarterback.
Yeah, so that was just a double option right. Fake to Niemeyer up the middle, and And Randall has that option with him and Broomball and kept it and made a nice cut and was able to get 5 yards. 2nd and 4, call it, for Milton Union at their own 45-yard line. Randall under center. Fumbled snap, picks it up, and he's actually going to fight forward.
Fumble on the snap, picked up by Randall, and he bowls his way forward into.
So you don't see too many 12-yard runs up the middle off of a broken play. I think it caught Valley View off guard.
Milton at the 43-yard line.
But again, whether it's a design play or a broken play, that middle has been successful.
Yeah, our inside linebackers, I think, were showing. I think they went to the opposite gaps and just left a big hole in there.
So Milton Union has the ball in Valley View territory for the first time tonight. 1st and 10, the Valley View 43-yard line. Quick hitter up the middle to Niemeyer. He'll be met, but again, not before he gets 4 or 5 yards.
Gavin. Tyler Brock on the back.
So is this where you might call a run blitz or something to plug up that middle?
Either that or kick the front down and instead of playing the on front, maybe kick into an even front.
Yeah, Valley View comes out and
right now they're in an even look.
Yeah,
and they
4-3.
did pinch. They got double option. Everything's good. Excellent job.
Yeah, good.
Quarterback's taken care of. The pitcher's taken care of.
Yeah, good tackle on the edge by Troy Coulter.
1 yard gain maybe.
And again, that's
got 3rd and 6.
Yeah, we're going to have a timeout. Looks like quarterback might have been shaken up on the play for Milton Union. So that's the risky run when you run that option is Valley View had someone on the quarterback and someone on the pitch, and looks like the quarterback took a nice shot right when he was releasing. So we're going to have a new quarterback in here, number 4. Nate Mortar, the sophomore. And yeah, again, that quick hitter up the middle. He's tripped up for only about a 2 or 3 yard gain. And
Jackson Lang on the tackle.
I believe last time Valley View played Milton Union, they saw this backup quarterback for most of the game. So it's going to bring up our first 4th down attempt for Milton Union tonight.
Yeah, let's see if the Spartans jump back into the even front and maybe pinch.
You thinking Niemeyer up the middle, or are you thinking a counter?
I'm thinking if they're this formation here, maybe the ISO to the weak side or the belly.
Yeah, when they've had this dual receiver set, they have done a rollout pass pretty much all night. But yeah, I think here is 4th and 3. I think you're going to have to live with the results you're going to get from either the belly or quick dive to 43. So a timeout on the field for the Milton Union Bulldogs. They're going to think this over. We've got 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the second quarter. Valley View Spartans lead 14-0 over the Milton Union Bulldogs here at Nysonger Field, Germantown, Ohio, this beautiful Saturday night for playoff football. So does it feel weird watching the game from up here, Coach?
Well, I could say yes, and I could say no. You know, I'm in a position. I'm still coaching and everything, so I've had the opportunity to be down on the field, and I've been up in the box some.
Okay.
When I was at Wilmington College, I was up in the box some. But you know me, I prefer to be down on the field so I can talk to the guys and make adjustments a lot quicker.
Yeah, I've only known you as a coach on the field, but it's definitely an honor to have you up here with me tonight. So again, 4th and 3 for Milton Union.
They're
looking to pass, and Valley View's got him wrapped up, and it's going to be a turnover.
They were looking for the little pick route. The number 2 receiver came out and was setting a rub for the wide receiver on the slant go in, and they were all over and brought inside pressure. Excellent job by the defense.
Do you like that call? I mean, they faked it.
I like it if you have the ability to throw it because it's there.
Yeah.
But I don't, again, they're a traditional run team and run team strong. I really thought that they would come back to the belly.
Yeah.
Because they were having, they were getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. and chunking it on us. Let's see if these guys will open it up some.
So Lynch in motion.
Okay, now we have
quick
the
pitch
option
out
to
to
us.
Jacob Clark to the left. He's got some
Got a
room.
good
Nice little cut.
Good block out here.
And he is down to the 30-yard line before he is run
Good
out
block
of
by
bounds.
the wide receiver on their side.
So Jacob Clark with another nice game. He's putting in a good performance tonight.
First down, Valley View.
You know, a
All
quick
that,
pitch,
all that
good
was
read.
really good. The wide receiver on this side, I didn't catch his number. He really laid out the cornerback that was responsible for the pitch.
Yeah, it looked like J.T. Ferguson, Jr. receiver on the block down here at the bottom. So Valley View come out, trips
Yeah,
right.
number 2.
Now Owens will step back into the shotgun set. Quick
Inside
handoff
zone.
up the middle. Yep. And Milton Union's waiting on that one.
Jacob Clark on the carry, hit right line of scrimmage.
So little to no gain for Clark up the middle.
Zeb Hines, one of the tacklers, will be second down 10.
And yeah, Valley View hasn't had too much success up the middle. And I know Owens has kind of kept that midline read a few times, but just that quick handoff to Clark up the middle. Milton Union was able to sniff that one out. So Valley View in the traditional run and shoot. Owens back to pass.
There's an out route real quick.
Yep, Musgrove out in the flat. And good pursuit. Out in the
we
flat.
might get a personal foul down
William
here.
Musgrove on there, so we got a penalty marker down.
Yeah,
Unnecessary roughness.
Yep, late penalty flag. Not sure if this is going to go up against Milton Union or Valley View.
Personal
So it is
foul.
going to be a personal foul against
Personal
Milton
foul.
Union.
Okay.
Yep, and again, after 2 nice stops for Milton Union, as a coach, you got to hate to see that penalty occurred away from the ball really late. And it looks like the referee's talking to the Milton Union player, kind of telling him what he did.
Obviously, he's a little bit more energetic than he should be, especially when the plays are going away. That's why we would call it definitely a mental breakdown. Those are the things that, if you remember back many years ago, if we made those kinds of mistakes, we'd probably end up on the goal line running a little bit.
I don't recall enjoying too many personal fouls or late hit penalties, and I would like to think we were pretty disciplined back in the day, but I know we had our lapses just like any team. So Valley View again, short motion. We're able to draw Milton Union off sides, and
yeah, that's one of the best offensive plays there is where you get where you just have enough discipline and know the count, and the defensive guys don't have the discipline to stay in there and watch the ball being snapped.
so this will bring up 1st and 5. Valley View from the Milton Union 10-yard line. They can get a first
maybe
down.
the midline here. It is a midline.
Yeah, quick handoff up the middle. Looked like dive left to Clark, and
Yeah,
he's
it
going to
was-
fight forward for
Yeah,
about
it was a
4
midline
yards.
here, and I think if Ben pulls that thing, he might be walking in the end zone. Not a real sharp read. I bet they'll come back to it.
Yeah, and some of those are reads. Some of those are just straight handoffs. But like you said, and I think that was a staple of your offense once upon a time, is if you saw something,
Right.
you come right back to it and you pull it and you run the option, right?
Yes. Little quick hitter. There's
Got
the
Coulter out
outcut.
on the
He's got
outside.
him.
Touchdown, Valley View. Troy Coulter's 2nd touchdown of the night from Ben Owens, his 2nd touchdown pass. That's going to put Valley View up 20-0 with the pending extra point.
Yeah, just a combination of the fade and the out on both sides. We used to call that 39. You know, line slides one way to give you maximum protection, so you got 6-man protection, and you had a clean pocket, and, you know, 2-step drop, let the ball out and go.
So you've got Coulter out at 6'4". It's nice to have a nice big target as a security blanket.
Right.
Especially if you're a first-year quarterback, and you got to remember, Ben played receiver with Troy last year
Right.
on opposite sides, so they've they've been able to develop some chemistry both at the receiver and on the
Right.
quarterback
Well,
receiver.
You know, if you can remember, we used to have the second team quarterback used to play the Z receiver for us, and basically, they were too good an athlete to be standing beside me writing down plays, and I didn't really want to play in defense because I was always worried about some of the kids that we had out there. They were very aggressive, and I can go back to Trevin on that, and I can go back to even when Andy Keating played and Kyle Pohl, they all played receivers, and then we brought them in and played quarterback because they already knew the offense.
Yep.
Just a trickle down.
Yeah, that was almost the rite of passage. You play receiver your
One
freshman,
year and then,
sophomore, or junior year, and then you're ready to go.
You're in. Yeah.
Valley View kickoff, Caden Phillips kickoff.
So it's interesting, after all these years, I mean, gosh, it's been, 25, 26 years since the mid-'90s, but, the game has evolved, the game has changed, but it's still, some of the X's and O's are still the same.
Right, those things never change. The one thing that I don't see teams, and one of the staples we used to run, and we're still running over at, I'm over at Beaver Creek now, is the old gangster pass, and the old gangster is really the precursor of all the run and shoot, but we based a lot of plays off that action. They had you ran the gangster, then you had all the counters and the option off of it, and then with the quick screen game. Basically kind of its own offense.
So Milton Union's going to have the ball, 1:04 left in the second quarter, trailing Valley View 21-0. Ball at their own 27-yard line.
Let's see if they stay with it or they try to open it up. And if I were them, I would just keep it on the ground
and if you're Valley View, you'd like to see them air it out and see if you could pick one.
Here's a reverse.
Fake reverse. Broomball's going to keep, and again, Troy Coulter has had his number on this outside edge, and that's Troy's third or fourth tackle on the edge against Broomball, and can't say enough about the senior tonight. He's had a couple touchdown receptions and also some big plays on defense. And as you mentioned earlier, Valley View traditionally has had the luxury of having enough athletes and players that they don't have to play both ways.
Two platoon.
Valley View does have a handful of players go both ways, and Troy Coulter is one of those.
That I've seen, over the years. There's a bootleg, a little waggle pass. Definitely covered up.
So that's going to bring it 18 seconds left, third down and 11. And again, if you're Valley View, I think you'd probably licking your chops to see if you can pounce on.
Yeah.
See if you can pounce on one of these passes.
Here and just get out of here. We'll see what they dial up.
Yeah.
Because there's still time. You can score.
Yeah, so we'll be interesting to see if we'll see Milton Union try to air one out here, if they're just going to go back to the run and try to take it in.
Here. Yep.
Fumbled snap, and he's going to be down. And you call timeout, yes. So Coach Skidmore with the quick timeout is going to force a punt. And again, Valley View's had some success with punt returns, specifically against Milton Union this year.
And the thing is, if they're going to punt away from you and everything, that's a right time, if you know that ahead, to run a reverse off your punt return and get a big play.
Well, Valley View has really had success throughout the years on the wall right and the wall left returns. And and I'd imagine you would see some of that, but again, I think if you're Milton Union, I can't see them punting.
Yeah, I could see setting the wall one way, though, and then coming around with a reverse. Maybe we'll see that tonight.
But here's the challenge. If you're Milton Union, you punt the ball out of bounds, you're going to give Valley View a play or two to try to score.
Yeah, definitely anything, they got to try to flip the field here, and if they don't, they're in trouble.
So again, Valley View's going to have Taze and
looks like
Caruth
they might
back.
be trying to block.
And
not a very good punt.
Nope, he's going to kick it out of bounds.
We still have time.
be marked.
So Valley View's going to have the ball. The Milton Union 47-yard line.
Yeah.
7 seconds left.
Yeah, the Milton Union guys should be standing back on the goal line.
Well, again, you've got Big Target and Troy Coulter. You've got some other speed receivers here. Do you air it out? Do you run some crossing patterns or a screen? What's your call here, Coach?
Well, you know what I would do, and I'm going downtown. And right now, I mean, you got 2 high safeties. I think they're going to go downtown. I would. Well, maybe a little trick.
So a quick
All right, little
screen to Lucas Lynch, breaks 1 tackle,
All right.
and he's going to
And
be
the time's
down.
gonna run out.
And Valley View does get a timeout in with 0.9 seconds left. So they do elect to run the screen. Milton Union is kind of sitting back on that.
Yeah.
Maybe they were trying to catch him in an all-out blitz for him, because sometimes you do want to, if you're a defense, put pressure so they can't just sit
Right.
back and air it out. But
Let's see if the officials have called a half.
they're putting 1 second back on the clock.
1 second left.
In that situation there, you know, you can run the vertical off that screen.
We have timeout Valley View.
And then fake the screen and have a vert going there. And if, in that situation where they're too deep and they're playing too deep man under, that corner jumps at, you have a vertical.
So it looks like Valley View's going to have one last play, and I think here this is where you air it out, right?
Air it out, or you run the old scalper play. He might dial up a little trickery here. We'll see.
So Valley View's going to come out. Troy Coulter is going to be set to the top of the field. Billy Caruth down here at the bottom. Lucas Lynch, Liam Musgrove in the slots,
All right.
Jacob Clark in the single back.
Milton Union's loosened up their secondary, so they're just playing anything that they catch as they'll run to. It's going to be hard to get 4 verts on them.
So Musgrove in motion to the bottom. And just a quick handoff to Clark, and he's going to be stopped. He breaks a tackle, and
Jacob Clark going to be in the backfield for loss.
So an interesting play to end the half, a loss of around 15 on a delayed handoff, and nevertheless, Valley View is going to take a pretty comfortable 21-0 lead into halftime here at Nysonger Field, week 2 of the playoffs.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Valley View High School Marching Band. The 2020 Spartan Marching Band is led onto the field by drum major Kristen Holt. This evening's halftime performance will feature some of the band's favorite popular hits from the 2000s. We open tonight's show with Havana, a Camila Cabello song that rocketed to the top of the charts in 2017 and won multiple prizes at the 2018 American Music Awards. The band will close their halftime performance with British rock band Coldplay's global hit Viva La Vida. The Valley View High School Marching Band would like to thank the entire community for your continued support, and we hope that you enjoy this evening's halftime show.
You can access MVCC from your Roku. Looking at the home page, select the Add Channels option. This will take you to the Roku channel store where you can find the Search Channel option on the left side of the screen. Enter in the word Screenweave and the Cablecast icon will pop up. This is a free channel, and it is where you will find different PEG access programming, including MVCCs. Once you add the channel, you can find it on your home screen with all of your other favorites. Inside Screenweave, you will find the Miami Valley Communications Council, among other access channels. Browse through pre-recorded council meetings or check out what is happening in any of our 4 MVCC channel streams.
No. As you know,
So, all right,
I tell you
Coach,
what,
we got
some
got 3 minutes left, Coach, before Valley View and Milton Union take the field. So, any first half thoughts?
Well, again, like I said before, I think it's real difficult, when you beat a team like they did the first time around, to come out and just be mentally focused, to come out, and provide that kind of thing again. And then obviously Milton, they came to play and everything, and some of the things they're doing, have been very positive. They just cannot, get it going enough where they can put it in the end zone. But they've hurt us on the off-tackle stuff, the belly play, and running power football, and that's one thing, you think about over the years. Well, that's one of the things that we kind of had difficulty with, even back when you played, is when teams ran right at us. But on the other side of that, if we would get up on our opponent, then they would get out of their game plan quickly. So they didn't have enough patience to stay with it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the second half as Valley View's going to get the ball. And like you mentioned, Milton Union's going to be trailing at minimum 21-0. And
I mean, you're looking at you're 14 points away from a running clock in a playoff game.
Yeah. And again, as you look out, I feel for especially the seniors. I just remember playoff atmosphere football was just a special and unique thing, and Valley View always either travels well or has great home crowds. And
well, this whole situation has really put a damper on communities with supporting their teams all the way around, not only in our community but everybody. A lot of the schools, you take the MAC conference and the following they have, and some of the teams that traditionally follow in the SWBL, they just don't. With the virus and all that, you have to take the precautions and all that good stuff.
And obviously the silver lining is they get to play.
Absolutely.
It's
go out
different.
And compete.
It's unique, but yes, you get that brotherhood.
Right.
You get to go out and battle with your buddies. That.
And it is kind of special too with the format they had with the playoffs, that more teams kind of get in it, and some teams are finished. But there's some teams that are still going to play 10 or 11 games even though they lost a playoff game.
Yeah, and I think that's where you try to find normal in the situation we're in. And as you mentioned, normally you have a 10-game regular season, and if you're fortunate enough to make the playoffs, this year was shortened to 6. But
absolutely. Well, we got the COVID virus going on, and a little public announcement, this October is always Cancer Awareness Month, and I've been dealing with that myself. So I would just like a shout out to all the women, but also all the men. That's something people don't understand, that that kind of cancer, prostate cancer, is something that men don't like to talk about. But it's the number one killer along with heart disease as far as a man. So you guys are out there listening. If you're in your 50s, I would suggest that you do your family and yourself a favor and get checked.
Well, I know, Coach, you've not only got the support of the community behind you with the dedication tonight, but also with your battle. And there's a lot of former Spartan players that are in your corner, and we know how tough you are and how fierce of a competitor, and we know you've battled this before, and we'll be thinking and praying for you along with all the other members of our community and beyond that are also having their own battles with cancer.
Right.
And as you mentioned,
it's just something that like I used to tell you guys, it's the lessons of life, and this great game we're watching and everything. Football teaches us so much about it. I mean, you have to keep moving forward. You get knocked down, you got to get back up, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Well, again, we appreciate all you've done. Appreciate you bringing some awareness tonight to the different different forms of cancer that everyone's battling, and as you mentioned, go get checked. Check on your loved
absolutely.
ones.
There's, I know there's some, some of the, some of the coaches that we had on our staff. I know that their fathers have went through some of the same stuff, and again, it's just something that it's like a kind of a hidden thing because men don't like to discuss those kinds of things. But obviously, it's something that needs to be addressed, and if it's caught early enough, it's something that can be cured. And we went through all that stuff, but once you have it, if you do get cured, you still have a reoccurring thing that's always there. Women go through the same thing. So my thoughts and prayers go out to anybody that has to battle it, and embrace the fight and win.
Well, Coach, again, always a tough competitor, and we know you're going to give everything you've got, and you got to do me a favor. We're going to have a big party for you next year, and better kick some butt and make sure you're here to hang out and celebrate with us.
Yeah, I hope so. Right now we're over at Beaver Creek right now trying to help them out. Before that I was down at Wilmington College and Fairmont. So, we're still coaching, we're still having fun, and we get a chance to influence kids and build relationships with the players and the coaches. We got a kickoff here real short. We got the ball.
Kickoff fielded by number 51.
Right at looks like the 39.
Yeah. 51, Cade Sears on the return.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I would want to pin us in and try to not give us the ball almost at midfield.
Yeah, I think Milton Union's seen enough of Valley View special teams. That might be the dose of kicking that we're going to see, is just punts out of bounds and squib or pooch kickoffs if they get another one. So
let's see what they're going to get in here. It looks like they're going to be too high again. They're playing man. They're still playing man-to-man.
Valley View comes out, traditional run and shoot. Owens in the shotgun set. Quick pitch out to Clark on the outside. He's got a little bit of room. Cut back, and then, good pursuit by Milton Union. Yeah, it's like number 19 led the charge. Cooper Brown for Milton Union. So short 2-3 yard gain for Clark on the opening play, the second half.
Gain of 2, second down and 8.
So this will bring up 2nd and 8 for Valley View, and again, familiar territory for them. They are right on their side of the 50-yard line to start a possession, and that's kind of been the norm for them. Owens back to pass.
You got the deep one right down the tube.
Yep,
he's got to come back to him.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a flag and potentially maybe an illegal man downfield. Owens initially had Lucas Lynch strinking down the middle. He just didn't have enough of a window to throw it.
And ineligible downfield.
Then scrambled and tried to hit him, on the scramble route. But it is going to be a Valley View illegal man downfield penalty, and that's the risk you run when you do have a scrambling quarterback and trying to buy some time and make things happen. If you're a lineman, you really got to hold your water there.
They had the right play dialed up. Looked like the choice route again, where you have one of the slots going right up the seam and hitting the middle of the field, and that coverage in the middle of the field is usually open.
So Milton Union is going to decline that penalty. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
Okay, looks like they're in a tight bunch situation.
Owens back to pass. Quick dump off to Clark. Quick cut there, and he is going to be ridden down. And Milton Union was able to sniff that out, hold Clark to about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like we're going to punt.
So this will be the first time we've seen the Valley View punt unit, and if you're Milton Union, to give Valley View the opening field position they gave him and to hold him on a potential 3 and out.
Right. Don't be surprised here if the View doesn't try some little trickery here.
Well, JT Ferguson's back to to punt, and he is a wide receiver and a good athlete for Valley View. So we'll see if he's going to punt it away or.
There's the scissors. He dropped the ball.
And yes, it's going to be a fumble for Valley View. It looks like they had the play they wanted there, and
mishandled the ball.
Yeah, quick.
Yeah, I think if he would have got the handoff clean, it would have definitely been a first down and maybe a big gainer. But that situation, you could kind of see that from up here that maybe there was going to be something.
Yeah, quick pitch to the up man, Musgrove, and then just looks like a mishandled handoff or counter to Clark. And
right.
And
well, in that situation, you know me well enough. I probably wouldn't have brought the punt team on. We're just going to go for it.
Well, I know in playoff games you've been known to roll the dice a few times.
Yes.
So Valley View obviously is confident in their defense here, but
right,
maybe Milton Union.
Yep.
Maybe Milton Union can get some momentum off that. And again, you're right. Quick hitter up the middle, Niemeyer, 5 yards.
Tackle on the play by Chase Baker. And a forward and shift.
So again, if you're Milton Union, 3 and out, actually get a turnover, 4 and out. Get the ball.
If they get on the board here, the big thing though is, this is their traditional run here. The only thing they can do, that's a bootleg. There's a
So again,
the belly
the belly to Niemeyer. Looks like Valley View had this sniffed out a little bit, only giving them 2 yards. So bring up 3rd and 4 from the Valley View 41-yard line. We'll call it 3rd and 5. And this is the point of the game that with these 3rd and 5s, Milton Union's really, they've tried to roll out pass on a couple of these occasions, but again, they're going to be in 4-down territory. So
if they do anything here, it'll be some kind of waggle pass or a belly pass.
So you got Broomball in motion, quick jet sweep to the left,
and
he's got a good cut.
Looks like he might be a little bit short.
Tackled by J.T. Ferguson.
He's right at the marker. Yeah, tackled by Logan Tays.
Nope, they marked it that he got the first down.
Yeah, it looked like Valley View had that thing sniffed out, but Broomball made a nice cut, gained about 5.5 yards when he needed 5. So 1st down and 10 for Milton Union at the Valley View 41.
This is the deepest penetration that they've had, I think, tonight.
Yeah, again, Milton Union coming out in that tight set. Quick hitter up the middle to Niemeyer.
Niemeyer on the carry up the middle, picks up 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, but Valley View was
Chase Baker.
little swarm tackle there.
Call
it 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain on 1st down, bring up 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. And so far, we've really just seen them in that, almost that tight wing tee set, I guess.
Yes. And here they are again. There's a trap.
Almost like a counter tray to the left. 22, Karis Thwaites. And again, about another 2, maybe 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, let's see what they dial up here.
This is last.
Off that action, they could run a little waggle pass or a boot.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many bootleg passes tonight. Most of them have been rollouts.
Right.
We did see a jet sweep.
Tight again.
Yeah, last time we did see Broomball in motion with the jet sweep.
It might be a jet again. It's the belly, and they picked it up.
Yeah. Big hole up the middle. Again, 43, Blake Niemeyer.
On their part.
Yeah.
Double team down, kick out the end, and lead the back up through with the belly play.
Again, this is exactly what you drew up if you're the Milton Union coaches. Just pound the ball right down the middle, and again, this tight wing tee set. Randall's taking a pause, looking to the sideline. Now's calling the play. Broomball in short motion.
There's the belly again.
Handoff, yep, belly left.
Niemeyer on the carry, gets inside the 20.
Yeah, give him 5 or 6 yards.
If you think about it, there's something, to it because they've been attacking our right.
Holding on the offense.
Defensive right side, and they're running left.
Well, there is a penalty on the play, and Milton Union's going to be called for offensive holding.
Spot. We'll take the ball back out
And
to
that's
the 35-yard line.
really what they've been having some success, and that's a
Just
big
shoot
penalty.
themselves in the foot.
Yep, so now instead of 2nd and 5,
21.
4 or 5, now it's going to be 1st and 20. And again, this kind of puts Milton Union
In a bad
in a predicament that their offense really isn't designed for. So we'll see if they've got something to answer this 1st and 20. So
There's
play
the
action
waggle
pass. He's got it on, throws into double coverage, and he was fortunate that was not intercepted. Billy Caruth and
We read that
JT
up pretty
Ferguson
well.
and Logan Tays out there. So, Coach, you'll see this, and I'm sure you've seen it a lot, but when the ball gets thrown incomplete,
Yeah, the receiver's got to
the
go
receiver
down.
has to go down there and pick
Go
it up.
fetch it.
And so, again, just one of the unique sights to
And eligible
football
downfield.
in the COVID world.
That'll be
So,
declined.
and there was a penalty flag on the play. Milton Union had an
Second down
ineligible
and
receiver
21.
down. Valley View did decline, so it'll bring up 2nd and 20. And I think, again, if you're Valley View, you sit back, keep the ball in front of you, and really looking for a pass play and go up and make some plays.
Maybe they might run that little tight end screen.
So
There's
a quick
a pitch.
pitch out to the left to Niemeyer. It is strung out, and he gets maybe
Meanwhile,
1 or
here
2.
On the left side.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long
By Jackson Lang.
for the Bulldogs. An interesting play call. They haven't run too many sweeps or pitches to Niemeyer. He's really just had success up the middle, and they ran a sweep to the short side. And
Sometimes you have to be really cognizant of, that pitch, and then them sending a tight end or one of those little wing backs down the middle of the field for a halfback pass.
so Milton Union brings out an extra receiver. They're going to run.
Yeah, they're in trips.
Yep. Trips right here, and this is where they've had either the bootleg pass, and Randall's going to be rolling out, and Troy Coulter's going to get in with a strip sack, and he's actually going to recover the ball too. So turnover, Valley View, and gosh, what a play by Troy Coulter. He just broke through
Excellent job.
and got his hand on the ball, stripped it, and also with the recovery. And again, that's the danger when you have those penalties that Milton Union has. They get in predictable pass plays, and as a linebacker or lineman, you can pin your ears back and just get after the quarterback, and that's a good feeling. So Valley View's coming out, traditional run and shoot set. Owens steps back into the shotgun.
There's
Looking
the
to
out
pass
route.
down
He's
here,
gonna
out
pump
and
him
up.
on the out.
He's got JT Ferguson, and going to be incomplete.
Fastball's incomplete.
Good ball by Owens. JT had a step or two on the defender and just couldn't come down with that one.
Right.
And again, after a turnover, you see this all the time, whether it's high school, college, or NFL.
Right, you try to go
Yeah.
for the big play.
You've got the momentum, see if you can catch him. And good play call, he had him. It just didn't come to fruition for Valley View on that play. But it's going to bring up 2nd and 10, and Valley View's been pretty comfortable with 2nd and long tonight. And again, they're short motion, really don't have a play called. And that's the second time they've caught Milton Union offsides on that.
5-yard mark off and make it
That
second
sure
down
makes
and
a
5.
difference too between 2nd and 10 and 2nd and 5 with your play selection. Now they can dial up pretty much anything that they have in the toolbox.
Yeah, and again, maybe Valley View looks to kind of air it out here. Again, Milton Union's really shot themselves in the foot this early on in the second half with some bad penalties. A quick counter to Musgrove, and he's got some room, and he's going to cut. He's at the
gone.
40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Valley View. Liam Musgrove with the scissors reverse.
Excellent job. Milton crowded the line there, and they had about 8 guys up in the box. You pop that thing, there's no one there between you and the goalpost.
Yeah, and that's kind of the tale of two offenses, where Valley View's got the big play potential, and that's been a staple of their offenses for years. And, they're able to pop one, and Musgrove getting a nice cut, and he's got the speed to finish it. And it's a 56-yard touchdown for the senior. Caden Phillips on for the extra point, and it is good. And that'll bring the score, Valley View 28, Milton Union 0. 6 minutes,
right now
3
to the
seconds
point where
left.
if we get a stop and score, then you have the situation where the clock will continuously run.
So again, this is going to put Milton Union where, you know, they held Valley View to a 4 and out, had some of their inside run plays working, had the big holding penalty, and then it just really gets them, you know.
Yeah, they've done a lot of damage to themselves.
Yeah. We've kind of always talked, especially on offenses, you know, being on time and being on schedule.
Right.
And they were on schedule to start the second half, and then just one penalty puts them off schedule and, you know, and forces them in passing downs. Valley View gets the turnover, and 2 plays later, it's a 56-yard touchdown. And Milton Union has a young team. They've got some good athletes. They are young, starting a lot of sophomores.
Right.
So
Well,
regardless of the outcome tonight, this is good experience for a lot of these underclassmen.
Absolutely.
And they're going to have a tough team for years to come here. Little squib kick, and Valley View's going to be flagged. Offsides. Looked like they had
Offsides on the kick.
one of the special teamers was beyond the line of scrimmage when the kick was hit, so they'll back it up 5 and replay that. And Valley View also has starts a good amount of sophomores and some, you know, they've got a good mix of seniors and juniors and sophomores. And
well, you can go back to the state championship team that you were on. We started 7 sophomores in 1994.
so we are going to get set to re-kick this. And
I would look for him to kick it deep here.
yeah, it's been interesting. Valley View's had a lot of squib kicks this year in lieu of kicking deep, and I'm with you. I think I'd like to just see him kick it deep and let your athletes go cover. So Caden Phillips is going to kick it deep.
And, are we offsides again?
Yep. So Valley View's going to have another penalty. So we'll redo it.
That's kind of. I couldn't tell who was offsides there, but now we're getting a little ticky-tick.
Yeah, and this will be good film session. Again, sometimes you do have some underclassmen on the special teams, and it's all learning. And the good news for Valley View is up 28-0 with 6 minutes to go. You'd like to think those penalties aren't going to hurt them too bad, but you'd still like to see them clean it up a little bit.
You would like to see it cleaned up so we can get some field position.
So a unique situation as Valley View's going to kick from their own 30-yard line. So we're going to, third time's a charm, right, Coach?
That's absolutely. Okay, I don't think anybody was there. We're good. Still a good kick.
Yeah, good kick by Caden Phillips.
We let him out.
Yeah, the Milton Union return man broke a couple tackles, spinned out to the 35. So, you know, an extra 10 yards, courtesy of the 2 penalties, and Milton Union will take over on their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left in the
Let's see
third
if Milton
quarter.
stays traditional, or they try to open it up and lose patience with what they've been doing and everything, where they just need to try to drive the ball, keep it on the ground, stay away from the mental errors, and run the football, because that's what they're good at.
It looks like they are coming out in the power I set, which has been a run set for them tonight.
A little counter trap again for about 3 yards, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Broomball, the sophomore. And you'll see him line up at receiver, slot back, and that time he was lined up in the tailback spot. And again, yeah, just a power run up the middle, 4-yard gain. And for Milton Union to be down 28-0, you've seen a lot of those 4, 5, 6-yard gains on first down, and they've kind of shot themselves in the foot beyond that. So again, the quick hitter, little belly to the left.
Nothing
Valley View's
there.
got this one snuffed out. Maybe a 1 yard gain for Niemeyer.
Yeah, if you noticed and everything, now our defense is really tightened up with it. Well, we're with the extra tight end that they have, 2 tights, you have 9 gaps to cover. We had them all covered.
Yeah.
Third down, about 5.
And in that tight formation, there's, other than some bootlegs, there's not a whole lot of deep threats on the outside.
No.
So
The only
Valley View
thing
can
that,
collapse the defense
Could
here.
threaten them is a jet sweep, and we've snuffed that out several times. They're in trips here, so look for the sprint out pass again.
So Valley View's bringing some pressure. Colder again with the pressure, and looks like it's going to be an incomplete pass. Randall did a good job of getting that ball off. And,
Fourth down.
yep, the Milton Union receiver just couldn't hang on to that one and bring up 4th down. Looks like Milton Union's bringing on their punt team, and I think we're going to see another punt out of bounds. Or
For the Bulldogs.
down 28-0. Do you run a fake? Do you not?
If I were them, I would punt the ball and get out.
So Broomball back to punt. It's a low punt.
Bad snap.
And he kicks
This
it
is
away to
returnable.
Caruth. Got it at the 30. Looks like Valley View setting up a wall left, and he's
It's
got
gone.
blockers.
He's going to go.
And it looks like he's just got the kicker to beat, and he's going to cut back. And Caruth's got some.
He's going to go.
Yep, one more man to beat. He breaks a tackle at the 10. And he's going to be wrestled down at the 9 yard line. There is a penalty marker on the field. Exciting run for the senior.
They're going to get him with a blindside hit down here. That's one of the rules of emphasis they've talked about for the last 2 years of protecting players where they can't protect themselves.
I think once upon a time those hits were awarded with big sticks. And,
Absolutely.
And you get an extra replay on film session the next day. But you're right, it's a different.
Plus, you got to carry the big stick through the hall. But then, with the changes in schools and everything, the principals they didn't. After a while, they were I think intimidated with a young man walking down the hall with a 2x4.
Yeah, I didn't think there were too many Hacksaw Jim Duggan fans out there. So.
No.
But
It's kind of interesting how things have changed.
It is, and you do have some old schoolers that don't necessarily like the rule changes.
Right.
I don't mind it. I think safety
protection is most important.
I mean, athletes today are bigger, faster, stronger, and
Right.
You've got to adjust. So Valley View's going to take possession, their own 38-yard line. Got Musgrove in motion.
There's the scissors again with
Yep,
the lead
scissors
block.
to Lynch up the right, and
Good game.
Milton Union does a good job there. And
45.
about a 4-yard gain for Lucas.
Right.
Off to the right.
You go back to talking about the crackback blocks and everything. That's you guys, the wide receivers and slots used to pride yourselves on trying to get that block. I remember one time when you got one and you were more fired up about that than running a 58-yard touchdown that night.
Well, I think I had a little bit of a knock on me that I couldn't block. So sometimes you got to prove them wrong.
Prove the old man wrong.
But again, I think those are the type of fun memories that
Absolutely.
I know
Third one.
me and my group, just remember the silly, stupid things on a random Thursday at practice or the Friday night lights. And
Right.
I think, again, that's when you look out here and this game and some of these moments are going to be memories that these players on both sides will always look back and cherish.
I was telling the staff over at Beaver Creek, one time there's a midline and a give, first down. I remember one time we had to cut practice short because we had deer running over on top of the practice field, and everybody had to run down and get in their cars and their trucks and get their bows out. Try to get Bambi for lunch. And shotgun here, so I would think they're probably going to air it or run the zone. There's a zone with the trap.
So you've got Logan Tays, the senior,
Logan Tays on the carry.
really a standout
You know,
safety, and they've got him in the tailback getting some carries.
Right. I don't know if they read that and everything, but if they pull the tackle, you can read that in man on the line, and you got the option off that if they want to pull that.
Well, I think that was always
Yes, that was always
that was
an
a
option
trademark
for us.
for you and our offense, and we practiced that countless times of the triple option, and it takes a special quarterback.
There's the scissors
Tailback
again with the
exchange,
trap.
and yep, Musgrove up them off tackle again.
I think they're smart here. Just do this.
First down, Valley
Just
View.
keep running the ball.
8-yard line.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a heavy dose of run for
Yeah.
Valley View here.
If you watch the defensive guys now, if you look out there right now, there's a lot of their hands are on their hips. You know they're getting tired. I see the midline probably here. It's triple, and a give.
Jacob Clark on the carry up the middle.
And I think as an offense, when you've got a defense wore down a little bit, there is no better feeling than just kind of
Right.
playing some good old-fashioned smash mouth offense.
Right.
Now,
Just
the
take
run and shoot
ball.
isn't really known for the smash mouth, but you can still get a hat
You
on a
can
hat.
still
And
run the called run plays and
Mhm.
everything, and really demoralize the defense.
so 2nd and 9 for Valley View.
Valley Margaret.
There's
Got
going to be a penalty.
offsides here with us. It looks like one of our linemen was in the neutral
Yeah,
zone.
it looks like somebody
Offside.
lined up
Offense.
offsides.
5-yard mark off. Remains. Second
So it's
down.
going to back Valley View up 5 yards.
Yeah,
so
I look for them. They might throw it here and everything. Again, Milton Union's brought their safeties down, so they've zeroed out their coverage again. Their safeties are taking our slots. So if you see there's nobody in the middle of the field here, maybe they're just going to let the quarter run out. I don't know. Looks like we're going to get a play.
Yep. Owens in the shotgun. Traditional
Now they backed
run and
off.
shoot set.
Here's the throw.
Back to pass.
There's the catch.
Got Lynch out here in the flat. Nice sliding catch by the senior. So a good 9-yard gain on 2nd and 14.
Third down, 2.
Actually, more like 11-yard, 12-yard gain.
It looks
So
like
it's
they're
bring
going to let
third
the
and
clock
2.
run out and
Yeah,
have the
Valley View
quarter.
doesn't have to run a play, so they are going to take this to the 4th quarter, where they're going to go into the 4th with a 28-0 lead for the Valley View Spartans.
You can access MVCC from your Roku. Looking at the home page, select the Add Channels option. This will take you to the Roku channel store where you can find the Search Channel option on the left side of the screen. Enter in the word Screenweave and the Cablecast icon will pop up. This is a free channel, and it is where you will find different PEG access programming, including MVCCs. Once you add the channel, you can find it on your home screen with all of your other favorites. Inside Screenweave, you will find the Miami Valley Communications Council, among other access channels. Browse through pre-recorded council meetings or check out what is happening in any of our 4 MVCC channel streams.
And again, we are back here at Nysonger Field, ready to kick off 4th quarter action, Week 2, Ohio High School football playoffs.
Yeah, I
Valley
could-
View Spartans in the navy blue against the Milton Union Bulldogs in the white and red.
I could see him run the midline or running the scissors play again.
Yeah, Valley View's going to have third and 2, the Milton Union 30-yard line. Again, traditional run and shoot set here. Musgrove in short motion. Looks like kind of a misplay there by
Right.
Valley View. Owens does try to
Somebody went
make.
the wrong way on that one. Looked
Yeah.
like it was going to be the midline.
So he gained about a yard on 3rd and 2.
Fourth down.
And that is going to bring up 4th and 1, and I think you're definitely in 4-down territory if you're Valley View, and maybe we do see that quarterback, tailback read here. A lot of times you'll see just Owens fake the handoff and follow the single back right up the middle.
And he tried to work the count. Now they're just changing the play.
So Owens under center. And yeah, he
Mixed up on the handoff.
looked like it was that
It was
fake
going to be
or
the
that read,
midline. They
and-
just stuffed it.
Yeah, look again, like back-to-back plays of miscommunication. Looks like
Right.
Owens just ran right into the single back, and give credit to Milton Union. They were there to capitalize.
Yep.
So kind of like what you said at the start, you just really want to see some clean, well-executed plays.
And right there is just,
yeah,
you know,
Valley View comes
kids
out
feel
and
bad
has,
about that because they should have converted on that. Milton Union did a nice job of trying to, you know, get the ball back, and they got the ball back with it. Just stuffed it twice in a row.
So Valley View defense out on the field. Milton Union kind of in that
Get a
that
wing
wing
tee
tee set. Yep. Randall under center and little pitch to Broomball on the outside. Austin
Nice
Stidham's
tackle.
got him in the backfield for a 4-yard loss.
Tackled by Austin Stidham.
Good pursuit by the sophomore for Valley View.
Lost back to the 29-yard line. Second down 12.
Again, to give Valley View's defense credit, they've really contained Broomball number 8 tonight on some of those edge plays. And again, Milton Union's really only had limited success up the middle.
Yeah, they've not got the edge too much tonight. Everything they've had that's positive has been right up the middle on everything and off tackle.
So now Milton Union's coming out in a 2-receiver set. And a quick pass out into the flat to Broomball number 8, and he's going to be swarmed by
Looks like
Valley
he
View.
picked up about 5 on it.
Yeah, good little kind of smoke screen pass. Logan Tays, senior safety, first one to hit him, and going to bring up 3rd and 6 for Milton Union on their own 36-yard
Third
line.
down about 6.
We are approaching 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Valley View leads 28-0 over the Milton Union Bulldogs.
Every time they bend trips, it's a pass.
You got Coulter
And
coming
it
off
is.
the edge again. And he's going to scramble. And, ball pops loose.
Ball's
You got
out.
Logan Tays, picks it up. And he is going to be tripped up at the 16-yard line.
Very opportunistic.
And again, I think you've got Troy Coulter on the quarterback hit. Ball popped out right into Logan Tays' hands.
16-yard line.
And it looked like for a second he was going to have a shot to take
Right.
that back and
Newmeyer.
just got tripped up at the 16-yard line. But,
Now offensively, this is where you're definitely down in 4-down territory. You get the ball in the end zone. Again, the biggest obstacle tonight for Milton has been themselves. But our defense has been very opportunistic on everything.
So Owens in the shotgun set. Takes the snap.
There's a little flare out.
Flare pass to Jacob Clark and a nice tackle on the edge.
Tackle by Colton Jacoby.
Milton Union number 61 on the tackle. Colton Jacob, senior linebacker.
Down to 13.
But a good 4-yard gain for
12,
Valley View on
second
first
down,
down. And they've had some success hitting Clark on some of those flare passes. And Milton Union was able to read that one and hold it to a short game. So again, Valley View inside the red zone. 2nd and 6. And a quick counter to Lynch, and he's broken a tackle, and he is
He's
going
in
to
the
jump
end zone.
over defender
Starting
and
off Lucas
score. Valley View, 5th touchdown of the night. Senior Lucas Lynch
12-yard touchdown run forward.
on a 12-yard touchdown run, and
Excellent job by the offensive line.
again, yes, if you're Valley View, kind of at the end, you'd like to see some physical push by the line, and they absolutely got that there, and Lucas was able to
Yeah, we get
make
this,
a few tacklers miss, and
yes, if this PAT is successful, then we'll have a continuous clock.
Caden Phillips on for his 5th PAT attempt of the night. Here's the snap, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. Valley View 35, Milton Union Bulldogs 0.
Valley View 35.
8 minutes, 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and as Coach alluded to, it will be a running clock unless Milton Union's able to put some points on the board.
It's a time here where the kickoff team gets their coverage, and then everything.
So having coaching duties this year, I know you haven't been able to see the Spartans too much, but there's a lot of familiar faces for you on their coaching staff.
Right.
Is this about what you expected to see tonight? Any surprises?
Not really. I thought it would be a little bit more in the first half. I thought we'd open it up a little bit more, but no, this is, you know, like I said earlier, it's hard to play the same team twice, especially if you've demoralized them the first time around. But the Bulldogs have come to play. They've played hard. You know, we've had a lot of big plays.
Yeah, and I think in a couple of the close Valley View losses, it's been a unique season where they had 2 losses in the regular season, both in overtime.
All right. Well, I did see some of that. You know, I still watch the videos and things like that, and I think it came down to some execution, especially you know, some of the overtime games on some things that you know, some of the things that I've seen tonight too, where the midline at times is not as crisp as it needs to be. And that's something that they're going to have to fix to continue the journey.
So you got Caden Phillips again for the kickoff.
High.
Yep, fielded short. Milton Union at about the 25-yard line, and he's going to be met for just a 5-yard
There's a coaching
return.
point there. That young man could have fair caught that ball and still end up where he caught it at instead of taking that punishment. That's just something that they might want to look at in the future with the coaching point.
So we are down to 8 minutes and 27 seconds again, running clock here. So it's not stopped for change of possession. Milton Union's going to have the ball on their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, I would think this situation, it looks like they could be sprinting out again.
Yeah, 2 receivers at the top.
They do run the belly.
Yep, just a belly right to Niemeyer. And he's really been the workhorse for Milton Union tonight.
2 or 3 yards.
And again, if you're Milton Union, other than their quarterback, their backfield is really consistent of juniors and sophomores.
Yeah,
so
looks like
got an injury timeout.
Looks like they have 143.
Yeah, it looks like he's shaking up a little bit, just shaking his left arm. He's had a good, tough game tonight, and
he's been their
hopefully
workhorse.
that's just something that he can get back from soon. So again, Milton Union, you get your workhorse out of the game. You're down 35-0. Do you throw it a little bit? Do you run it? What's the call here?
Well, they haven't had much success throwing. We'll see what they do here. It is a pass.
Randall back to pass.
And it looks like a pick.
And they're going to call that incomplete.
Okay.
Incomplete pass.
I didn't know if he got his hands underneath of it or not.
Yep, Stidham with the near interception. You did have 2 officials kind of point to the ground. We'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs. So again, even on an incomplete pass, running clock is still going. We're down to 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Randall with the drop back pass. He's got some pressure, hit as soon as he's released, and a near interception from Caruth. Good coverage on the play for Valley View.
That'll be an incomplete pass.
Looked like 75 Chase
4th
Baker, senior lineman, hit him as soon as he released. So Valley View got good pressure on that one.
Be interesting here with the punt again.
Yeah, I think if Valley View gets a returnable play, you're going to see
punt formation.
wall right, wall left. See if they can pop one.
Back for the Spartans.
Yeah, Broomball back to punt. Taze and Caruth back to receive. And he is going to kick it high and deep, and that's actually a really nice punt over Cruz head. He's going to let it roll out of the bounds about 8-yard line.
Roll out of bounds down inside the 10-yard line.
So I think you'd like to see him just go pick that up. He didn't have too much pressure on him. See if he can make something happen.
They underestimated where they should have lined up on that. It's a lot easier to run up than it is
give
to run
Broomball
back.
credit. I mean, Valley View's had Milton Union's number on the punt returns, but that was definitely a win in special teams by Milton Union on that play. So Valley View's going to get the ball back inside their own 10-yard line. And it looks like we are going to see some different names and numbers for Valley View's offense here. As we're down to 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Clock is running. You're going to have freshman Micah Valenti in under center. Short motion by Luke Schaller. Plays reset.
Got to get the clock. Too much time.
Yep. So that's going to be
Now
a
we're
delay
backed up
game.
even more.
Half the distance to the goal. It's going to bring up a 1st and 14. And again, a lot of freshmen and sophomores getting some playoff experience here.
Yeah. A heck of a thing if you're a freshman, you're on your own 4-yard line.
So Valenti under center, Schaller in motion.
He fumbled a snap. Nope.
Did fumble the snap, was able to get the ball off.
Get it out a little bit. He got a couple on it. Looks like it got to back to the
Yeah, it
original
looks
line
like
of
he's able to
scrimmage.
get the handoff to 13, Braden Lynch. He's able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, a gain of 4. So 2nd and 10 from their own 8-yard line. So you got Lynch in the slot left, Schaller slot right, Bryce Reed, the single back, Micah Valenti under center.
And they're going to let the clock go down, take as much time as they can.
Handoff to Lynch.
Off tackle.
And swarm of Milton Union Bulldogs there for the tackle. And again, yeah, with the play clock at 35 seconds, a running clock, I think, yeah, Valley View is going to be content to just run this down.
Ball back at 5.
3rd and 13 for Valley View. Valenti under center, and again, just waiting to run out some clock. Schaller in motion. And you've got a
Inside
counter to
handoff.
Lynch up the middle. He's going to get back just inside the original line of scrimmage, so bring up 4th and 8, and Valley View's punt team will come on for the 2nd time tonight. So 3 minutes to go in this 2nd round playoff matchup, and Coach, obviously a big evening for you. Thoughts on tonight being honored? Just
Well, you know,
what are you thinking?
I don't have words. I just very humble that all this has transpired, and I know a lot of people have put a lot of effort to making things happen and everything, but you know, it all goes back to you know, trying to do well with you guys and get the most out of you guys as we could, build a tradition within the football program, but not only at the high school level, but all the way down into you know, the 3rd and 4th grade. So obviously it's a systemic type of thing where Spartans are expected to come out here and play good football.
So your journey began 1984. You know, a head coach with a plan, with a unique offense
Right.
that nobody thought could work.
Yeah.
And 28 years later, here we are.
I go back to when I remember when I put it in. You know, there are a lot of guys that there's still some same faces I see down on the fence that thought we were crazy. And, you know, when we started platooning and running that offense and everything, when we started 2 platooning, we had 38 kids. And the next year we had, I think, 57 kids, and then it built up to, you know, when you were a senior, you know, I think we had 92 players on the roster back then. And
third down, about 11.
The tradition continued for a lot of years. You know, you think about it, you know, for 12 years we averaged 42.8 points per game. You know, and a lot of people talked about the offense too, but the thing is our defense was very, very stingy. Our defensive coaches did an excellent job and everything. Everybody's so concerned about our offense, but our defense was outstanding in all those years. And again, being able to platoon, you put, you know, basically 3 tips of the spear with the offense, the defense, and then kicking game. And you think about it, you know, some of those victories we had in playoff games were because of special teams and some of the things that we did with the special teams, and then basically trying to get the right guys in the right spots. You know, all you guys had specific talents, you know, and just moving you guys around, moving the pieces of the chessboard around so you guys could go make plays and make us coaches look smart.
It might be different today, but I remember as a freshman, you were either given a white practice jersey or a Navy practice jersey.
You had to earn that Navy practice jersey.
Well, the Navy was defense, and
right.
I had a white jersey for 4 years. So,
right.
But that was a sign, is you,
right.
you did.
Well, if you remember too, you know, we had the blue ones, and then we became the black. You earned the black shirt too if you were an outstanding defensive player.
Well, again, you know, as we approach 1 minute down in the fourth quarter, you know, from all the players before me and after me that had the privilege to play for you, I think, you know, you definitely had an impact on all of our lives, some bigger than you probably even realize. And, you know, it's fun now. We can
right.
sit back and talk stories and – but those,
well, you know, that's one of the things that, you know, I told you, your high school experience, you know, and you played at the highest level at Stanford and everything, and some of the other guys played at a high level, but, you know, I always told you that high school football, the memories that you make, the teammates that you have will be your friends forever. And, you know, a lot of you guys have went on to school, and, you know, we even got a couple pro football players out of that, but it's interesting. But everybody's come back to the community, and you've given back. That's the thing that I can say, you know, is, you know, I was able to try to instill, you know, that giving back to community and giving back and taking care of your kids and your family is the most important thing there is.
Well, again, as the tradition rolls on, we are approaching 2nd and 3rd generation of Valley View Spartans, and Valley View is going to get their first playoff win of this 2020 COVID season, 35-0 against the Milton Union Bulldogs, and again.
And this is something that, you know, I'm going to remember the first playoff game with a 35-0 shutout in a playoff game.
And the first game on Nysonger Field. Congratulations, Coach. It's an honor, long overdue honor for you and what you've accomplished here, and this field and this stadium and press box and locker room. It's all things that you designed and you helped build for our community. And again, on behalf of all your former players and current players, thank you. We love you. And gosh, we're soaking this honor up with you.
I appreciate it. It's been a real privilege, you know, to come out and call game and see everybody again. Some of the faces I haven't seen in years, but it's just outstanding, and I really, really appreciate it. And words really doesn't, you know, fill the bucket with what I feel. It's a very humbling experience. So I appreciate everything that everybody in the community has done for our program.
Well, again, thanks, Coach, and again, a beautiful night and great way for Valley View to kick off the inaugural game on Nysonger Field. 35, Valley View, Milton Union 0. And again, on behalf of myself and Coach, we hope everyone has a wonderful evening and
Safe trip home.
yep. And let's get ready to really commemorate this field beginning of next season. Thank you.
You can access MVCC from your Roku. Looking at the home page, select the Add Channels option. This will take you to the Roku channel store where you can find the Search Channel option on the left side of the screen. Enter in the word Screenweave and the Cablecast icon will pop up. This is a free channel, and it is where you will find different PEG access programming, including MVCCs. Once you add the channel, you can find it on your home screen with all of your other favorites. Inside Screenweave, you will find the Miami Valley Communications Council, among other access channels. Browse through pre-recorded council meetings or check out what is happening in any of our 4 MVCC channel streams.